Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a guy that I have known for, or it's got to be 40 years.
I think it's 35 years.
35 years.
So I think you were 15, I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First band I was ever in was with Andy, and he's come over today just to talk about old times, good times, and also bands that we've been in. So, first things first, I do want to say that Andy has brought over a guitar to donate to the cause. And I think it is absolutely beautiful and very kind of you, buddy. This guitar will be going into the MNDA auction. So this is a beautiful ding guitar. It's a beauty, a real beautiful guitar. How long have you been playing this?
How long have I been? I've had that one for about 15 years. But it's been collecting dust, so I thought it could go to a decent home because I haven't been playing for a long time. But I have been playing since someone gave me a very special guitar.
Oh, it was a while back.
Yeah. So I have been playing since Mike gave me that guitar, and yeah, been doing lots of band stuff since, but I haven't for the last couple of years. But I'm restringing the guitars and going for it again.
Awesome. I have to say that the reason that I gave my buddy the guitar was because this guy can play and make up riffs like a demon. He is incredible at making up riffs. In fact, the one we were playing at the start today was one of your riffs.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people won't know this, but you don't read music at all.
No.
You don't know any chords.
I know that there's an A around here, and that's about it.
A minor. Yeah.
So when I showed Mike earlier the riff, he was like, "What's that note?" And I was like, "It's that note." I haven't got a clue, but I just completely play by ear.
Again, what inspired you to pick up the guitar?
I've been into rock music really since I was about 10, 11.
Yeah.
And I think the natural progression is to want to be in a band and be a rock star, which I thought I was going to be for many years. Then I realised when I was kind of 40 and still trying to do music as a full-time thing, as a career, it didn't happen. But I work in music now in a different way, helping artists from all over the world. So I still make my living inside of music, but not playing so much now. But I am going to start playing a bit more again.
I'm looking forward to hearing your stuff because, as I say, going right the way back to our first band together, Vexile, which I joined as the second guitarist because at the time...
Because I was rubbish, so we
no,
needed someone
you were not. You were not. So I joined because you wanted to thicken up the sound a little bit and make it a two-guitar band. I loved being in Vexile, I have to say. I reckon we did about 20 or so gigs, I reckon.
Yeah, must have been. But some of the greatest times were actually rehearsals because the school let us rent out a room, or they gave us keys to the room, a common room at Oakville School.
That's right, yeah.
So we would just literally spend the whole day, either a Saturday or Sunday there together. Friends would come down.
We'd have lunch, fish and chips, Mr. Chip.
Absolutely. So those days of kind of learning your craft, because the band wasn't that good at all, but we thought it was. But we were learning all the
It
time.
was great.
Should we show a video?
Yeah, let's pop in a little bit of video of Vexile way back when I was, I think I was 16, you were 17.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's have
It's
a-
probably best if you turn the sound down.
No, you'll love it. It's all good. So here's a little bit of Vexile for you. I reckon that over the period of years that you've been playing, you must have written way over 300 songs.
Yeah, I reckon you're bang on. It's got to be
Yeah.
something around the 300 songs mark.
Yeah. Because you write for every band you're in,
Yeah,
which is incredible, given that you don't read music, you don't know chords. It really is an inspiration just to find the right notes and come up with a riff.
yeah. I mean, often people will. It's the riffs I come up with mainly, or it could be the drummer has an idea, and we. But it's very hard for me to learn other people's riffs because I don't know what I'm playing. But yeah, so because I consider myself, I suppose, a songwriter more than a guitarist. You know,
Yeah.
I've never been a kind of guitar. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. You know, I know how to pick notes out. I'll play like, you know, my biggest inspiration for notes and things, and those just beautiful moments in songs where there's just the right note. People like Gary Moore
Yeah.
when he's not doing, like the loner, things like that.
Amazing.
So I can play those kind of notey things and find those notes, but all that. I'm more about sitting down and, you know, writing a song, you know, doing the verse, bridge, middle eights. I love trying to take a song somewhere else in the middle eight, you know,
Definitely.
where you wouldn't imagine it was going to go.
Yeah, very, very good point there actually, because when people are readers, it really constrains them. It holds them in to being able to go to a certain place in the bridge. Whereas I've always felt playing with you, it just feels natural.
Yeah.
So,
Well, a friend of ours, so you're absolutely right. A friend of ours, very good friend of ours, John Fowler, who is an outstanding musician. He can pick up any instrument and make us all look rubbish.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just insanely good. He's also a producer.
He was our original drummer.
He was our original drummer from that video. But I played him some of my solo stuff about 2 years back, and he was listening, and he suddenly went, I did this thing where it went to this different place, and he went, "You've taken it from a major to a minor, that shouldn't be right." He said, "But it sounds incredible."
Yeah.
And that, sorry, I'm not bigging myself up, but that's the point. He wouldn't have done that because musically it's not correct to do that.
Exactly.
Whereas I will just go, "Oh, where does this need to go?" And
I
what do
think
I
the
hear?
thing is that if it sounds right, it is right.
Yeah.
And that is the wonderful thing about music. Nobody needs to read. Nobody needs to be able to write it all down, you know, note form. It is about, it comes from here.
Yeah.
And when you get a decent tune, that's all that counts.
Yeah. I mean, I started by just listening to records and working out what they were playing. And, you know, bar chords are my saviour, you know, and variations on bar chords. But I'm a great fan of Jimmy Page and the more kind of exotic sounds.
So, other than Gary Moore and Jimmy Page, who would you say your influences are?
More songwriters, really.
Yeah.
May surprise you that probably my two favourite bands is a band called Live from Pennsylvania,
Right.
and The Counting Crows.
Right.
So Adam Duritz is a songwriter, and the songs he writes are incredible. I'd love to do more storytelling songs, which I've never been able to really do. But Adam Duritz is a massive inspiration.
Wow.
So it's more singer-songwriters who do things slightly different to the kind of mainstream. And Live are an example of that. They've got an album called Throwing Copper, and if you haven't checked that out, you should. It's over 25 years old, still sounds fresh. Went to #1 in America in the Billboard charts. They've been huge around the world, but in England no one really knows of them, so that's a gem that you should definitely check out.
I'm thinking back, because I know a guitar player that's now working with Jeff Tate, and you got me into
Queensryche.
Yeah.
Another huge, not really. Well, I suppose they were an influence in Chimera.
Yeah.
We were trying to be Queensryche. I was just about to
Definitely.
say they weren't an influence, but Chimera, they were a massive influence.
Yeah.
And we would try and do things with weird timings where, towards the end of a song, you'd just add. You'd have a repeat of 4 bars, but then you'd add one more note, and then you'd add 2, and then it would kind of trip over itself and just sound different. And, so we can probably play some Chimera stuff.
We'll slot a little bit of Chimera in here and let you have a listen to this man's amazing songwriting ability.
Soldier boy, you're just a kid on a mission. But when it's time to cross the line, we'll be coming home.
So there we go. That was a little bit of Chimera, and as you can see, the songwriting is exquisite. But my buddy has been in so many different bands. You've got a current thing going on with a guy that we've both played in. I was in a band called the Power Toys with Rick Soames, and he's now singing for you in Project Soka.
Yeah, that was so I think the only band I haven't written for originally was when I joined the Manor, because I was taken over from a guitar player, Sean
Ricketts.
So I slotted into that and then brought some more songs to that. But Reg, as we call him, Rick, we've known him for years and years, and we came together. Our dads died at around about the same time, and we just got talking and kind of said we want to start playing again. I'd just got a decent computer with Logic,
Right.
and then this kind man, Mike here, gave me the reveal. It was me who got the Greenie Moore.
It was
me
him
who
that got the Greenie Moore, and he has still got it, and he will never sell it.
It's hanging on my wall. It's pride of joy, and I can't thank Mike enough for that. It got me playing again, and then I got some, because I like sliders and things in a studio, so I got some door controllers. And we set up a little home studio I've got a garden room. And Rick came round, and we were just going to do some acoustic tracks. And then, of course, with Logic, you've got all these toys. We used to record on 4 tracks and have to bounce stuff across, and then you'd have to overcompensate with the treble for when you were bouncing back.
Exactly.
Then I sit there with Logic, and you're like, it's like a playground. And I did play.
Totally.
And then, so Rick had put some vocals down on this track. The first track we wrote, Crimson Girl, which we should play a bit of that in this video.
Slot a little bit in here, in fact.
I don't wanna be that kind of girl. I don't wanna
There you go, a little bit of Crimson Girl.
And with Crimson Girl, so when Rick came round, I said I was just going to record it acoustically, and then suddenly it was this huge, big sounding rock track, and we were like, let's make a huge, big sounding album. So we did, and that's the last kind of project I've done. It's called Project Soka because it was just a project. Soka because of Soanes and Parker. And yeah, we've got some radio play on that. There's a Camglen radio in Scotland. The guy there loves us.
Wow.
And we were featured on a CD in Fireworks magazine.
Yeah.
And he just picked up on it. Suddenly we heard it. It was tagged that he was playing Project Soka on the radio. And
wow.
He's picked up on it, but we haven't really promoted it or anything because it was just our little baby that we wanted. Man. Yeah, we just wanted to write some songs that we liked, and it got Rick singing again, it got me playing again, it got me understanding Logic a bit better, again, by ear, I haven't read any of the manuals, so I'm probably doing a whole load completely wrong, but yeah, I think it sounds good, and we're looking forward to doing some more stuff.
That'll be
soon.
Great. I'm looking forward to hearing that as well, because I heard the whole first album. What I think, actually, I want to play a little bit of State of Grace, because I love State of Grace. What would be your favourite State of Grace song? Because you had two guitarists in that as well. Yes. You had a guitarist was also a singer.
Yeah, Phil Newberry. His brother played bass. And then we have Mr. Chips, who we talked about earlier.
Mr. Chips.
He's called Mr. Chips because he used to get chips. He was actually a drummer. Yeah. He turned from someone who just came to the rehearsal room, loving music, to being a fantastic drummer, which he is now. So he's still playing in lots of different bands and things.
Tell me what you see. Tell me everybody's laughing at me. Break a little smile, look into my eyes. I didn't know, but it comes as no surprise. I see another face now. I see another face now. I see it all. You're not gonna break my fall. And where did you find the time? Up my dignity and crush my mind. Why? Looking for a sign. Did you intend to be my friend, to walk that line and let it go? Let it go. Tell me
what I want to come full circle round to is that you now work in the music industry, which is fantastic, and it's so good to be involved. I mean, even with my little YouTube channel, it's fun to be involved in music.
100%.
Yeah, we've always been that way inclined. Tell us a little bit about what you do now and the bands you're working with. I know you've got an artist that's really amazing. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I work for a company called Music Gateway.
Yeah.
It's a kind of smallish company, but we're worldwide. So there's two parts of it. There's a online kind of subscription service for artists to collaborate and submit to sync projects. So that's at kind of musicgateway.com. And then there's the artist services side, which is what I run, where artists from all over the world will want music promotion. They'll submit a submission. Yeah. And then I've got a team who will A&R the submission.
Awesome.
And we'll get in contact with the great people, understand what they want, understand what their budget is. It could be Spotify playlist and promotion, radio promotion, press promotion, digital marketing, all things like that. And we've had some great successes. So the artist you're talking about is a guy called Eric Bolton. He's a Canadian singer, singer-songwriter. Honestly, he's one of my favourite artists ever.
Yeah.
And it's moments like that. So about 18 months ago, his submission came, and someone who's not really into rock goes, "What do you think of this guy?" And we have a speaker behind us, quite a big. And I played it, and it was one of those moments you're like, "Whoa, this guy isn't signed." And so that was like 18 months ago. Go full circle. His new album's coming out. He's just finished the album. It's coming out later in the year, towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But we've now got him featured. He's been played all over Planet Rock. We actually got him in Classic Rock magazine.
Wow.
A little feature in Classic Rock magazine.
Wow.
And Classic Rock are really behind this guy, waiting for the album to work on something like that, from initially hearing it to getting him played on radio all over the world. His Spotify streams, he's just surpassed 100,000 streams, things like that. And we're really looking forward to the album, and he's coming over here hopefully next year. We've got some ideas around the album. So yeah, I love what I do, I suppose, and that's kind of, we work with all kinds of artists, but we've had some big successes.
Yeah.
On a small level, it's not mainstream, but it's getting artists, independent artists, to that next level and getting their name out there and being heard.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Andy for coming along. He's also possibly going to help me out with some live shows coming up, which I think will be amazing. And also thank you so much for donating this to the MNDA, because as you know, it's a thing that's pretty close to my heart at the moment.
Absolutely.
And I know why you did it, and I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Look, this was just collecting dust. Anything I can do to help. I know this channel's a massive, so if I can say something to the people who watch this, I've known Mike for many years. Obviously Mike's gone through the roughest of times, but all your comments and everything you say really help. They really do. I know.
So
I speak
much.
to Mike regularly, we see each other, and so if and when Mike gets to the point where you need help with the channel, I'm here for you, buddy. Do whatever I can.
You rock.
I might break things by accident, but we're all here for you.
You've always been so kind, and I can't stress enough how much I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's the least I can do.
So
we're with you.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of good friends.
I have.
Because of who you are as a person, and that's why people.
Don't make me cry.
That's why you've got so many people who've got your back, because you're such a kind-hearted, amazing person, and I'm privileged to have you as a friend.
So a huge thank you to Andy for coming, for telling us about our old times in music, and also showing you all the stuff that he's been doing. I will put links in the description down below to everything that Andy can send me. Go and check him out, because he is incredible. He is an amazing player, as you've heard from the little clips that we've put in today, and really deserves more exposure. And I really hope that the future projects that you're doing will be successful.
Thank you very much. Can I just do this? Is it links below?
Yeah.
I've seen people do that, and I've never done it.
Below.
Links below here. There's a bucket list thing ticked off.
Awesome. Okay, I will be back with the best content I can just as soon as I can. But in the meantime, as always, my friends, you take good care.